In the bottom right, playing is the yellow Wulfar. We have EvelTheDuck up against Spotyus. In the blue, playing is Koji.
Ooh, and we have both players going with lethal COs, so at any moment after grooves get charged, we might see the game immediately end.
Yeah, and I mean, this is a sort of a base race map. There was definitely an earlier version of this map where it was a complete base race map, but now it's just a map where you have like a lot of strong CO pressure on the stronghold that you have to respect, and these are two commanders that can break through that. Wulfar especially, but Koji definitely has options to bust defenses.
Yeah, it's not as easy as it might seem to defend because the racks and the port are both very close to the HQ, but because of the terrain, they can't easily reinforce. A Kraken can kinda protect the HQ immediately, but you know, if you build it and then they don't go for it, it looks kind of weird.
Yeah,
Similar story for a warship, but it's also a bit harder to get it there immediately because it doesn't move as well as a Kraken on the shore tiles. Or is it beach tiles? Whatever. Same thing.
let's see. We've got a knight coming out to middle for both players. Dog's hitting the barge, so
Ooh, and we see a yoinked lumber mill. That's big in the opening.
yep. Although I think it could go down. Yeah, Wulfar definitely has the option to knock it down, but if he does want to do that, he has to skip healing, which isn't really ideal, so he's just going to...
And he's gonna heal instead.
Yeah, I don't know necessarily about hitting the lumber mill here. Oh, actually no, dog follow-up.
The dog, yeah.
I missed that, so... Yeah, fair enough then. Yeah, just wants to deny... But, this does prevent forest from spawning for one turn, so that is going to slow down things on the side of evil. We see a rifle coming out for Spotyus.
Ooh, is the barge gonna die this turn?
That's a crit, so... Oh!
Yeah,
Oh, well, dogs will kill it, okay.
Yeah. Even Night Crit doesn't deal that much damage to it, but it already got hit last turn and then that dog was able to finish it. So... Spotyus is really dominating this opening here.
Yep, and we see double riverboat going down the side. I think the Harpy will eventually slow that down, but...
Yeah, there is a harpoon build, but it'll take a while to develop. So the harp is gonna get a hit this turn for free and deal a bunch of damage to the riverboat.
Yeah, but I guess the sword could go and capture, so...
Yeah, but it's done quite a bit of work by breaking that village. And it's also not dead, so...
Yeah, I don't know why Wulfar backed up that far. I guess wants to create a kind of defensive position, but...
I think you want to be more aggressive with your CO this turn, yeah.
Yeah, swords hitting beach swords, they're definitely gonna eat a ton of damage for that. And Spotyus is just like, yeah, you know, you can keep hitting my riverboats with your harpy, but now there's a harpoon ship nearby, so that will change things quite a bit.
Does the harpoon ship cover? It's weird for me to calculate the exact range. I'm not used to naval.
Yeah, it's definitely it takes some getting used to.
Oh, and we're seeing the harpy also. Ooh, and Spotyus hasn't capped his back villages. Now he's building an air trooper for it.
Okay, so...
He's a bit behind on that, but he's ahead on the whole map, so it's fine.
Yeah, putting pressure onto the center of the map is often far more important than one back capture, so... I mean, it makes sense to invest more, get these early knights to be aggressive, but... I think Evil's gonna go for the big counter attack here and clear a lot of this up.
Ooh, and is that gonna do it?
No, that sword's injured already, so...
Yeah, but it's gonna finish with a dog. So Spotyus did not cut these trees. He should have. Or wait, no, he just capped it last turn, so he couldn't have.
Yeah. Yeah, nobody's actually been able to do anything with this lumber mill yet.
Yeah, yeah. But still, this one should have been Evil's, so that's a lot of money he's not able to get.
And interesting choice just to put a sword right in front of the opponent's commander. It will stop them from hitting the fortified from like a safe place, but it's very scary looking, if nothing else.
And Coach is just gonna kill the sword.
Yeah.
It's free real estate or something.
Yeah, the knight can't punish, so yeah, might as well go for it. I mean, I guess this buys time for Evil to build like a warship maybe, but
Oh, does this hit?
not quite.
Very close. Because I know Mage does like stupidly high damage to dog with a crit. But it was also on a forest itself, so it barely hit.
But he needed the dog there to take that hit. Well, not only to knock down the lumber mill, but also the mage. It was blocking for the mage, I think. Or maybe the rifle wouldn't have been able to hit, actually. It was quite far away. Okay, Evil's just like, I gotta kill your commander because I'm losing on every other front, so...
And I'm not sure about that. But moving Wulfar closer to the enemy CO is actually benefiting Koji more. Because Koji has the shorter range lethal groove. Whereas
Yeah.
Wulfar can lethal you from the other side of the map just fine. Koji can't do that. Or I mean... Kinda can, maybe. He has a bunch of range that turn he pops groove. But way less than Wulfar.
And yeah, Spotyus is actually winning on both naval fronts right now, so...
He doesn't need the lethal.
Yeah, he could actually just walk his commander back and let his army do most of the work from this point.
Yeah. We see the... what's it called? The warship come out to defend fortified village. And I think at this point, yeah, he should start retreating. Because he is just so far ahead. Oh, and he was able to cut the trees finally on his opponent's lumber mill.
Ooh.
And now, that's a lot of money. And Neville's gonna start with, you know, decent gold, but not what he should have had.
Oh, nice pick on the knight. I mean,
Yeah,
the warship's gonna eat a crit for that from the harpy, but... Look at
That's a
decent
very
find.
big hit, yeah.
Yeah.
And if you build a fresh harpoon ship, it will cover the warship, so it will be a very good trade. Even if the warship does get crit, the harpy will get taken out for it. So...
Oh, builds a second dragon though instead.
so he will not have money to do that, and will take the crit. Unless the harpy finds something better.
Yeah, I mean, I guess like the other option you go for in this position is just, I'm gonna build things that are good at lethaling, and that's the plan. I'm just gonna try and kill your commander with dragons, Wulfar, knights, like anything that will do lots of damage. Ooh,
I
these-
guess it's not just about lethaling. Dragon is like extremely strong on this map because it interacts with everything. It can hit the naval units. It also does lethals. It
Yeah.
can go and hit the bars in the center, which is a really big hit because you can't replace it if it does get taken out.
True. Actually, is it in range of that harpoon?
We'll see. Probably
No.
not, because it would have gotten hit for sure if it was.
Yeah, boo, but I love that harpoon placement because the mage covers it.
Yeah. So maybe the dragon was built thinking that there is only one harpoon, so the dragon can zone it out. But with the help of the mage, a single harpoon will beat a dragon. because if you go for it, you get hit by them.
Yeah.
Which is usually why you would sometimes build 2 harpoons, but here we can see the land army advancing so easily and so far is able to make the naval army much stronger. And that's why you don't want to allow this.
Yeah, and actually one other thing that's happening here, because Wulfar's been holding Groove for so long, like, he is not getting the money advantage and the tempo advantage that he would normally get from having a faster Groove. So Koji's tier 2 has come out before Wulfar's.
Oh, was it a tier 2 from Koji? Yeah, that's a big advantage too.
And I just realized there's 3 rifles on the north side of the map there.
Yeah, and it's gonna be very hard to lethal Koji when he has his tier 2 bombs up, which are quite tanky. So it's gonna be really hard for Evil to come back to this game.
Yeah, they actually just running out of money.
Yeah, losing the whole map.
Like, I think even... I'm pretty sure an injured and a full health riverboat will also take down, like, any of the villages too. So he could, like, go and just start completely destroying all of the water economy on the side of Evil. And this is totally worth it. Like, when you're this far ahead economically, like, you can just start taking, like, really bad...
Oh yeah, at this point, you can even start trading harpies for mages, and it's fine.
Yeah.
For mages, for damage in the night, it's all fine. It would have been better if you threatened an attack with it. You know, maybe picked up some units to try to guard this mage. This is a famous Su thing where if he takes all the economy and is also playing faster than you, he's just then trying to convert by overwhelming you with unit count by just spamming harpies and dogs or something. That's one of the final Su things he did before, you know, leaving the game. And it's really funny when you see it happen because it's like, oh, now he has like all the money and 10 more unit count because he's been building from his tower every turn. What are you gonna do? You keep building mages and then they get killed by the dogs for killing the harpies.
1% on that spear.
Hey, if it lives, it lives. But
Yep.
You know what
Oh,
isn't
even the
alive?
barracks going down.
This Rax isn't alive. All this shit. Yeah, and I mean, at any point, you can resign this.
Yeah, I mean, just trading a dragon in for a spear right there. Might
I
as
mean,
well.
you got another. Yeah, might as well. At this point, you can just move everything forward and win.
Yeah.
I mean, can Wulfar ever move in? I'm guessing Koji is gonna have another tier 1 soon, and there are 2 tier 2 bombs there. You don't have the anti-air to do something about this. Koji doesn't even really need to get close either. He can, so that you can kill him if he does.
If you kill a Koji bomb, like one of the ones that's knocked back. Ooh, oh, never mind. We're just gonna see this groove. What's he gonna do? Bounces, gets a lot of damage. I mean,
Yeah.
under other circumstances, that would have been a fantastic groove, but I feel like he's just
It's
a bit
too
too
little
far
too
behind.
late.
Yeah.
And you see, like, Koji got hit twice by this and he's at 6. But there's nothing else to hit him because he's completely dominating this game. And now both dragons have been hit, but not killed. And there are also 2 Koji bombs. You did not have the anti-air to handle this. And the counterattack is gonna be brutal.
Yeah. I mean, props to Evil. They're actually doing a decent job this turn of fighting back, but They just gave up way too much ground earlier in the game.
Yeah, you can't retreat the way they did. They just left the whole front where they were ahead. Like, this is the front where you have 2 Raxes. You're so far ahead here. Like, from a reinforcement perspective. You can't lose this front this hard and then get away with it.
Yeah, this is the front you're meant to be aggressive on the right
Yeah,
side.
you need to realize sometimes that retreating isn't an option and you need to fight it out. And even if you can't get a good fight that turn, if you have a reinforcement advantage, you're gonna win eventually. And if you keep backing off, this might happen to you.
Yeah, ooh, see the first Koji bomb come in.
And yeah, it just does crazy damage to commander. And we're gonna see lethal here.
Oh wow, that did so much damage.
Yeah, you just can't get close to God's tier 2. Especially with a weaker army.
Well, well played, Spotyus. They, I mean, they just completely outplayed Evil. I mean, there's no real other way of saying it.
Yeah, this was an extremely strong performance. They dominated the whole game.
Yeah, and yeah, I think Evil backing up on the right hand side just cost them far too much. And from there, like, Spotyus was just able to take water economy on both sides. The harassment of that lumber mill in the center really like didn't help either, but I think you can recover from that. But once the river boats were able to put in all that work on the right hand side, there was nothing really that Evil could do from there.
It was everything, right? The whole map. Like left naval, right naval, central with the lumber mills.
3 rifles as well, backing up that army, so...
I think 3 rifles is a bit too much, but he had the money for it, I guess.
Yeah, and it just becomes a nightmare of where do I put any of my units when like all of the map is covered in rifle fire.
Yeah, it's not the most tanky composition, but if your opponent has let you get away with it by retreating a lot and then not trying to rush into you to punish you for building the rifles, or also giving you economy to be able to build the rifles and also build other units, and then you get to do it, and then you get to be oppressive.
Yeah.
And that's the result. Anyway, good game.
Good game, and we're gonna go into the next one.